Hello, Mr. Smith. Okay, thank you for your patience. We are ready to go. I'm trying to find a place for my light. Yeah, it's completely original, of course. This one's interesting. I didn't notice this before, but it actually is the high puffy loom. It's not the flat gray. Isn't that neat? A lovely watch. Don't see too many JDMs like that anymore. Let me get my tools. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice watch. Okay, let's get her open. For those of you who are not familiar with what's going on, wow, okay. That case back is on. I gotta get Big Bertha. Hang on. Well, Big Bertha came through, as she always does. I definitely got this thing cracked. Yeah, there she goes. She's just, that last bit of rubber did not want to give up. I don't know what it is about the 7002s. They're just great movements. It's looking good. Yeah, look, the case back seal is completely solid, flat. Look at that. What did this guy do if he left the case back seal like that? Maybe that's not, I don't know when that is. Let's see. And in the end, it actually doesn't really matter. Okay, well, let's see what we got. Worst possible light over here. Someday, I swear I'm going to do something about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just going to be, you know, case rebuild in a service. I mean, I could be wrong. We never know. I've made that mistake, though, before. I was like, oh, this thing looks beautiful. I don't think it's going to give me any problems. And I found problems. But again, I don't think this should give me too much trouble. It's a nice shape. Look at how little it's worn. No brassing there at all. Somebody made a comment about, a question actually, about me taking these DiaShock settings out while the watch is still in. I understand that it's not the normal procedure. The reason I do it this way is I just don't like when balance wheels are bobbing around and bouncing around on the end of their hair springs. I just don't like it. So I try to do as much as possible without touching the hairspring at all. In this way, because this is how the darn thing's going to go through the ultrasonic anyway. So, you know, yeah, I have to take it off and put it back together, but I don't know. It's just a preference. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, cool. Let's get this thing out of here. Come on, you. Oh my goodness gracious, would you get out? Okay. Yeah, that is an old crown seal. So that didn't get swapped out either. Yeah. That is an old crown seal. So we got that. So there's your. This is the one thing that SEIKO did for this for these 7002s is they made the dial ring and the movement ring out of plastic. I'm sure that they did it because it's a good shock absorbing property, but this black plastic movement ring, I just am not a fan of it. So I'll rig this up for you with the correct 7000 series dial ring, and also I can basically make it so this plastic stuff isn't there anymore. A standard 7000X metal ring like this works perfectly, and then that in conjunction with a 6000 series SUA very low movement ring with the spring, and you're talking, we're gonna get some real stuff going on. Let me pull these hands. Okay, so got your dial off. Beautiful condition, super nice. Good, good, good. They're right over there. There's that dial ring I was talking about. It's identical to the 7000 series metal one. I swear SEIKO was just cutting corners. But I will put the real deal back in. Let me get my baskets. I've got some baskets and I'm here. Kids are home, so you're probably going to hear some screaming. Yeah, just not a lot of hours. Yeah, the train looks great. Look at how smoothly it's processing power. That's great. That means we should have excellent amplitude, I hope. These are just great movements. I don't know. I wish I understood, darn it. I wish I understood why, and I hope it isn't just confirmation bias, but I swear there's something about these 7002 movements. They're just great. I mean, they should be 100% identical to every other 7000 series, just with a different day wheel. But I don't know. Maybe it is confirmation bias. A little bit extra oil on there. Oop. There we go. There's our train. We have to get this little washer off of here. Come on. That teeny tiny itty bitty little spring washer has a little slot in it. And that is where you put your screwdriver to pull these things out. That's how they work. Looks like the automatic winding the reduction wheel was a little dry. Oh, the heck. You know, I'd like one day to be wrong about the kids coming home and fighting. But, you know, I guess that's the thing, right? I didn't fight anybody when I got home. Don't worry about Willow. She always does this. Oh, would you knock that off? Where'd you go? Where are you? Ah, there you are. There you are. Okay, there's your barrel. I'll strip that apart in just a second. I don't even think they're angry. They're yelling at each other about Kleenex. I've been saying for years I'm going to get better lights. And I'll say it again. I'm going to get better lights. I just don't know when. Every day. Kraken, how'd you get in here? Come on, let's go. Up, up. Let's do it, you kitty cat. Bad kitty. Oh. No idea how she got in here, but that's okay. Probably trying to escape the kids. Okay, this light situation is driving me crazy. See, the problem is it only annoys me when I'm trying to make a video, and the rest of the time I forget. Wrong one. That was a little loose. Let's do this. There we go. I'll be darned if I'm gonna, damn it, I guess I'm gonna have to anyway. Watch, it will be loose. Okay, fine, it wasn't completely loose. Yeah, look at all that oil, that extra oil. What's up with that? We don't need that. That's no good. You got to get that off of there. It's going to prematurely just use up your cleaning fluids. Got to get rid of that stuff. That's no good. Yeah, look at all the oil. Doesn't need that much oil, like, at all. It just gets everywhere. You count it. Seriously, I came home, I'd grab like a piece of fruit or something, take my stuff, bail, and just get the heck out of there before somebody tried to make me do something. Oh, wait, are you coming off? Thank you. Just gotta get out of Dodge while the getting's good. Tell you, if I had to do all again, I'd probably go out at 18, join the Navy. And college was fun and all, but I think it might have been wasted on me. But I did have lots of fun. I tell you, it's looking pretty smart so far. Darn it, come back here. We should be, relatively speaking, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Every time I do it, it always gets messed up. No, I'm not superstitious. No, this should be fine. I just have to pull the mainspring barrel apart, which I will do as soon as I get this shock spring put away. Whoops, I dropped it. Oh my God. I'll get that after I'm done filming. Okay, what do we got? Here it is. Amazing. Did you notice that pretty much everything in that movement was metal? The 7002s used to get flack for being plastic. These things have a lot less plastic than the SKXs that came after. Boy, there was a lot of lubrication in this thing. I'll clean all that off. Yeah, over-oiled. Doesn't help anybody. So let me see if I can get this apart. And then I'll let you go. Come on, you. Yeah, somebody added lubricant right on top of the old S2, because that's what, so you got this like weird mix of lubricants in here. I'm honestly, I'm not surprised. It is kind of a thing that when I see, gosh darn it, get out. When I see like over lubrication inside the movement, I tend to also see funky stuff like this in the mainspring. Let me get that out for you. Oh, criminy, gromity, brobity. There we go. Let's get her going. Come on, you. No point in fighting me now. And come on. There we go. I gotta clean it up and we'll see. Ditto for that. Okay. I think that's probably about it. That's pretty quick rip down. I'll look at your lower mainspring R report. It's real rare in these to ever need that. And this one is very low miles, but I will look at it. Okay, let me clean it and we'll get back. Okay, Mr. Smith, we've had our run-in period. And so we are now going to check out the numbers. I haven't looked at them at all. This will be a mystery to everybody, including me. Power switch. Y'all can see this. See if I can try to make this better. I don't know if that makes it any better. I think it makes it worse. I really do think my display is dying. It's even getting hard for me to see with my own eyes. Can't believe it. It's only lasted 12 years. You know, you know, where's like, what are the excuses now? Well,
More than 12 years.
has it been more than 12 years? We had it at the old house.
You've been doing live stuff since Sadie was like 2.
Okay. Well, maybe it's because the sun is flooding in. Let me do this. Oh, knock it off. Okay, let's try that. Is that any better? Hey, look, we can almost see it. Yeah, I seriously think this thing is dying, honey.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the problem is you get, if I believe... In any case, we've got great amplitude. We got a lot of beat error, which is interesting. I was not expecting that. So, I am going to do live adjustment. So you're not going to see this because I'm doing it off screen. I can't do it and have you guys show it at the same time, but we'll show it. Those are really good opening amplitude numbers, but I'm absolutely not surprised because this is a 7002. Okay, we have a lot of beat error. I'm going to try to reduce the length of the hairspring and see if that's the direction I need to go. I bet you it's the wrong direction. No, it is the right direction. What do you know? What I usually like to do is to drop the amplitude to as close to 0 as possible. Okay, now it's starting to gain a lot of time. So I'm going to drop the rate a little bit too, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, signal's nice and clean. I don't move it an awful lot. I try to check it every time. It's easy to overshoot. Move down the rate again. Let me drop that some more. A little bit more. Wow, I hope this thing is going to let me get all the way to flat. I'm almost out of movement space. Wow. We're gaining a wee bit. I'm going to just get a little longer. Couple tippy taps. Yeah, at this point, I barely touch this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to drop it just a hair more. Yeah, that was too far. You see? Sometimes good enough is good enough. But, you know, we can be better. There you go. Okay, I think that's a good place to be. I'm going to start working on the case and we'll assemble and then do our tests. I think will be cool. And there is your movement. Running. All right, let's do it. There we are. These are going to be the final numbers. I really do think my time grapher display is dying. Looks a little better. The signal looks a little ragged because it's in the case, and so it just can't hear as well. I tell you, these 7002s, man, there's just something about them. I don't even know what it is. And I've rebuilt a lot of the 7000 series. I have no idea why it is that I, as far as I can remember, always get excellent, excellent numbers out of 7002s. I don't know why. In theory, they're identical to every other kind, but man, I tell you, there's something. Yeah, it's a good watch. Okay, let's go over the finals. And there we go. Oops, I got some smudgies on the glass. That's no good.
Oh, are we doing wrist check now or are you doing something else?
No, I'm actually telling this customer about the final report on his watch.
Oh.
So what's cool, there are a lot of cool things that are about these JDM ones. For some reason, the JDM ones, unlike almost all the other 7002s produced, they had a different kind of loom. Instead of being like this Promethium 3, which would be this like weird silvery dusty gray, kind of like the dust from a moth's wings, it's white and kind of fluffy. Also, the hand loom is much whiter as well. It's always been that way. I don't know why. The 7002 JDMs, that's what they look like. So there it is. There are your old gaskets, and that's the sapphire crystal with the AR I sent back to you. I also, the crown tubes threads were just a little worn. And so I actually had an NOS 7002 combination crown and stem, and I put that in for you. So it looks pretty nice. Look at that, it's all nice and shiny and brand new. There you go. Of course, it's got new gaskets. The bidirectional is just perfectly clean and clear. Oh, I forgot. Here is your old chapter ring that somebody polished clean for some reason. And you'll notice this one has a chapter ring in it. Isn't that neat? I chose the best one I had. Nice and bright, and you'll notice it's also perfectly aligned. So that's it. It's ready to come back, and I hope that you'll enjoy it, and it'll be awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.